Jeremiah, come back, bro. Let's see. What up, man? She said he going to work. I think I can't wait to cut that one up and put it out, man. That's interesting to look at the finals and compare them to each other, like compare them to their own self.
Right. So you should do not even going through breakdown by breakdown, just do the career numbers of the finals of Kobe and Steph.
Okay.
Bron and Mike.
Okay.
And Magic and Bird.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, because they both rebound, pass, score, like they're on the same.
Yeah. See how it played out.
And Curry final stats might be better than Kobe's, to be honest.
I wonder. Nah. Because I was trying to see who you could do with. You could do Bird and Durant, but Durant, them 2 years in Golden State, that boy was wide open.
Video game numbers.
Yeah, so
you look at his numbers, he'd be like, you'll be thinking he's doing what Shaq doing. It's just when you watch the Durant, just like you said, they was rim run, they was like getting out the stuff, and it was like not taking no away from him. But we look at what Shaq. I was watching some old games. Shaq was so dominant, bro. Like,
right. Like somebody asked a question about Joker and Shaq, and I'm saying, number one, stop doing that. Stop. Let the man develop first. Because if he stopped playing basketball tomorrow, you ain't gonna ask that question. Just get that out the way. But number two, if you're talking about how they would match up, obviously, I think in the 7-game series, by game 7, I don't think Joker gonna have no legs. If he got a bump and grind with Shaq all day, and you talking about shoot jumpers, that's not gonna work out too good, bro.
Like we talking about Shaq, bro. Like stop that, man.
Right. And I respect Joker's game. I'm just saying, if y'all talking about a head-to-head matchup, like you dribbling around, shooting jumpers, passing the ball, doing what you're supposed to do. But if you got to guard a 300-pound man rim running, posting, passing the ball out, reposting, damaging your body all game, I mean, them fourth quarters going to be heck for you because your legs ain't going to be the same.
6 and 12 against Ben Wallace on 60%.
Right.
So it's like you do that on Ben, you can do that on anybody, bro. Like
the NBA used to pick up random 7-footers so they could play against Shaq. Like, yo, you 7 feet. How much you weigh?
Look at that Portland squad and see how many 7-footers they had in 2000. Yeah. I'm doing 2001 because once they won it, that's when they started stacking really the other teams.
Portland I mean, Philly had 3 or 4 7-footers. New Jersey had a few of them with the Collins boy and some more guys. Like they were stacking up big men so they could have all these fouls for Shaq.
And you're right because they had Arjunas Sabonis. He was 7'3". Will Perdue was 7 feet. Dale Davis was 6'11". Antonio Harvey was 6'11". Sean Kemp 6'10". Dylan Shrimp ain't no big man, but he's 6'10". And then Rasheed was 6'10". Yeah. So it was like
the only reason Will Perdue was still in the NBA is because he needed 6 fouls for Shaq. Because there wasn't no way he was supposed to still be in the NBA at that time.
Exactly. Because that was like, because he played with Jordan in like 95. It's like he should have been out the league by then.
Will Perdue was a rookie the same year as Derek Coleman.
Dang.
He was in that rookie class. But the league changed their personnel for Shaq. Like people that didn't deserve to be in the NBA was getting contracts because Shaq was just so big and dominant. That's crazy, bro.
Right.
What up, though, Chet? What? My boy Chet grew up together.
Good. They got dang. He right 6'10" and above guys for the Kings. Chris Webber 6'10". Hito Turkoglu 6'10". Stojakovic 6'10". Jabari Smith 6'11". Oh, that's the one LeBron. That's Jabari Smith dad.
Vlade.
Because I think he told
Divac.
Yeah, Vlade Divac and Scott Pollard 7'1" and 6'11". So they was just having 7-footers out there just.
What about Utah?
Hey, let me see. Utah Jazz. Are you talking about during that time?
Ulster Tag and them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's, yeah.
Man, one of the funniest ethers was when that's crazy. People talking about Nas ain't that great, but we still use the word ether to this day. But anyway, Shaq was talking about because Bill Walton. I remember Bill Walton was mad at Shaq. He was like, Shaq talking about he's gonna win an MVP, or now he's keep coming. He said something on ESPN. And Shaq was like, yeah. He like, man, he like, if you play right now, remember what happened to Greg Ostertag? He like, okay, enough said. Shaq was pissed. Shaq's one of the funniest dudes ever, dog.
It's weird how we look at this whole thing, man. Number one, it seems like we look at it with the goal of finding out who ain't that good. That's a weird way to look at a sport that you allegedly like or love or whatever. Let me see who ain't that good or why they shouldn't be ranked up. That's just weird to me, dog. Like, who sits around all day trying to figure out why somebody else ain't good?
Yeah, I kind of want to stop. I kind of want to stop. I was gonna do a video with you and Troy or Trevor, like all four of us, and go in there and be like, who? We just go around and pick our like favorite players at each position. Like, I don't know, because our favorite won't be like nobody. Allen Houston don't get mentioned enough because he's not the top 10 shooting guard, but he's one of my favorite shooting guards because the way he put in work, bro. He was a shooter.
Like, if you go through my favorite guys throughout my NBA history, there's only two of them ever won an MVP. That's Kobe and Steph. Like, none of my other favorite players won no MVP. They're not on the GOAT list. They're not going to be in the top 10. None of that.
And people got to realize your favorite player is not who's the best player. Because like if you're a guard, if you play shooting guard, like I was supposed to be shooting. I was like shooting three, so it's like, of course I'm like Ray Allen more than I like LeBron. And even though he ain't close to LeBron on greatness, but I can do Ray Allen. I can't do what LeBron can do. Put it like that.
When I was in middle school, Penny was my favorite player. When I got to high school, I started to like Nick Van Exel because I was a left-handed guard. Like, so like you get different reasons, you know. And then for a quick second, Stephon Marbury was when he was at Georgia Tech. I was like, oh, this dude is fast. How the heck he move that fast? Kerry Kittles. I used to wear long socks in high school. Kerry Kittles, like, I've had for different reasons, man.
Yeah, I used to look up to, like, when I played high school, it was like Ray Allen, Reggie Miller for sure. Like Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Houston, Larry Hughes, like kind of Gilbert to an extent. I know he was a gunner, but that ain't the right way to play sometimes. But I mean, sometimes you might get 60 every once in a while.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, huh?
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
I was watching a breakdown of this guy who normally does a great breakdown. I forgot his name, but he's on the same network as Colin Cowherd and Draymond Green and those guys, whatever network that is on YouTube, The Volume. And he said something weird to me. He said, if you're talking about a primary guy, then there's a big gap between KCP and Brad Beal. But if you're talking about finishing the play, like catching it and just finishing it, then there's not that big a gap. And I'm like, bro, Bradley Beal averaged like 27 playing with John Wall, playing the exact role that you're saying he's not that much better than KCP is. Like,
that's ridiculous, bro.
People
KCP and Bradley Beal not on the same level, bro.
Right. People memories be so short.
Actually, I think he averaged 30 with Westbrook. No, that was with Westbrook, though. He averaged 30 twice.
But still,
that's not easy.
He's still finishing the plays. Like, people just be saying stuff. Sometimes people be overthinking stuff, trying to be too smart. I'm like, man, it's not that hard.
One guy averaged 30 and one guy barely scored over 10 some games.
Right. So why are we even talking about them at the same time?
Yeah.
Like, that's just so crazy to me. It's kind of like people keep bringing up Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and Steph Curry. And I'm like, yes, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf had a flamethrower. His jumper was nice. If you look at any of his numbers on any level, it don't even make sense to even talk about. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, then the threes. I know they ain't shoot threes like that. They ain't shoot that many threes, but he is like Curry. I don't think Curry ever shot under 40%, bro. Like, and Clay, both of them.
Right. So like, you saw, like, Steph could miss a million shots in a row and still have a higher career percentage than Ray Allen. So, like, we stopped talking about, like, making weird connections, man. Yeah. You could say one guy's a predecessor to a guy, and that can make sense.
Yeah, but if you ask Ray Allen, I'm pretty sure he'd say Steph passed him, bro. Like, it's just obvious, bro.
Yeah. You know, and everybody
got Ray second just because of the moments. I got Ray and Reggie over Clay just because of what you said about the Eastern Conference Finals and the final, and like the moments. I remember more Reggie Miller and Ray Allen moments than I remember Clay in the finals and Eastern Conference Finals and playoffs.
It's it's going to be interesting because at the end of the day, Clay is going to climb very, very high, but he's playing in the same era as Dame, who's going to get more shots, and he's probably going to end up. And I don't know where they are right now on the list. Right. I don't know where they are right now on the list as far as all-time made or whatever, but they not that far apart in age, and Dame is going to get a ton more shots.
Keep the green light, yeah. Right. Even if you go to Miami, he's still going to be putting up shots.
Yeah, you're going to get a ton more shots. Then
if you get 3-pointers, Steph number 1, Ray Allen 2, James Harden 3, Reggie 4, Kyle Korver 5. Dang, Kyle Korver's top 5. Then Dame 6. Then you got Vince Carter, Jason Terry, LeBron.
Yeah. So Dame is,
Clay number
Dame
11
is above
and Dame 6.
Clay missed 2 years of basketball.
Yep, he did. So
that matters for a guy who make 200-300 3-pointers every year. That's a lot.
Right, because he made even if he just made 200 3-pointers both seasons, he would have been he would have been above Reggie Miller. He would have been 4th all time. Right,
them two seasons. And watch this. You see where Steph is, right? Steph just missed almost a whole year. He just missed the whole year with the wrist almost. He played 5 games that year or something like that.
Yeah, he played 5 games. And he still got 600 more threes than the next active player, Harden. 600 more threes, bro.
And if you look at their attempts ain't that far apart. That's but it's different, man. It's different. I think that
attempts all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got Clay number 4. Don't get me wrong. I still think he's top 5 shooter ever. But like you said, we got to look at. I just nitpick when it comes to like the top 5. I was like, I got to nitpick. Like Ray Allen hit bigger shots, I think.
Well, being top 5 all time of anything should be an honor.
You're a top 5 shooter of all time, bro.
Right. So that's what people be killing me, acting like you disrespected somebody because you got them in a different order, but they still in your top 5. That's weird to me too. So
right, that's weird.
People will like you if you go to, depending on the age of a person, if you go to the barbershop and somebody say LeBron is the GOAT, then people jump out their chairs, roll on the floor, do backflips. I'm like, bro, stop.
Yeah, especially people. Honestly, especially people in the 30 and up. It's just like honestly, it's just like because it'd be hard. I remember I used to go to the barbershop. They came in there talking about Kobe was better than Jordan. It's like, and then LeBron was in the league. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Kobe and LeBron was like 1 and 2 in the league probably, but nobody never really like. It's just like blasphemous or something. The name LeBron and the GOAT conversation. It's like I guess it's like a brain. Like they program our brain to think like no, LeBron can't be the GOAT. It's Jordan or Kobe. It's like at that time in like 06, 07, yeah.
Right. And, bro, this is the thing. If the fact that it's a conversation says a lot. It says a lot because that means bro lived up to his expectations and he surpassed them. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm just looking at the finals numbers. I gotta get like I was just like if you start at the beginning of the video, I started from worst to best, so people might click off of like I was just saying like everything like 2014 wasn't as good as if like you look at the numbers. Like it still wasn't better than 13, even though the numbers was better. But I actually watched the game. Like LeBron would have more impact on winning in 13 than he did. I feel like he could have killed. Like if he had one-on-one situations with Kawhi where he didn't attack him, and it's like then he got blown out 4 times. Like I know it's a team game, but it's like I got to nitpick the finals.
Exactly. So listen, this is the problem. If I know a person and I know it would count if it went against somebody else, then they got to count against your guy too. Yeah. I hate when people do that. Like that's weird.
I'm gonna do Kobe's next.
If
I might do it the way you
Jordan
said
had lost by the widest margin in NBA Finals history, then a LeBron fan would use it. That's just the fact. You can't say it doesn't count because it happened. If he would have won by the widest, if he would have won by the widest margin, it would have counted, right?
Okay, he would have won by the widest margin against the team that won 67 games, 4 Hall of Famers.
Right. It gotta count. Like I don't understand that. Like people be wanting logic gotta work both ways, or else we just be a bunch of liars around here.
Right. And Jordan is Jordan, but I when I picked this game, I said he shot 41%, which is not good. I just said like everybody didn't have bad. All of them had bad finals.
Right.
But they do act like people do act like Jordan never had a bad finals. It's like come on, man.
This is the thing. They don't act like he had never had a bad finals. He just never had one like Dallas.
Yeah, he still averaged 27, and his knee.
Because
I ain't making no excuse, but I heard his knee. He said his knee
I
got messed
got
up too. His knee, he had a
you,
bad
but
knee too.
that was worse than Steph Curry's 3-1 loss finals, and we know Steph was hurt too, and
Right.
that was worse. The Dallas one was worse.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So if Steph's finals loss count, if Kobe's loss count, if Magic's count, then so do LeBron. I'm like, it's not that hard, man. You
Yeah,
got to
I'm not
stop.
the debating type, but like
Yeah.
if we talking about like when we talk about Kobe, my favorite player all the time, but I don't never say like, oh, 04 finals, man. No. I don't make excuses. He played terrible. Like Kobe even said it himself. He took too many jumpers, bro. Like he wasn't aggressive, bro.
Yeah. Like, bro, like if it happened in history, you could talk about it. Like, I don't understand that. It was on live TV. A million, 2, 3 million people saw it. We got to just forget we saw it.
Yeah. It's just
No,
like
that
now
was
with the internet now I think now it might seem like because I'd be clicking on videos where people be like talking about Kobe, but I mean they have the top 5, but they just like no or top 7. They be like he team or top 10, whatever. Like just like they have Kobe ranked reasonably, but they like if you just don't let your brain allow if you just stuck on like Kobe my guy, then you'll be thinking they hating. But it's like it wasn't that much internet back then. Now we
yeah,
seeing like oh yeah Kobe he did play bad in the 04 finals. Look at this.
right. And if you break down like on that thing in basketball, he's on the list of people with the highest peaks. He in the top 10 highest peaks.
Oh
Period.
wow, okay, I'm about to
And it's
watch
a lot
that.
of people, and there's a lot of people who you would think are on there who are not.
So I'm guessing I know LeBron was on there and Jordan, right?
The yeah, the LeBron, you
KG.
gotta watch. Just watch the video, the 10 highest peaks on Thinking Basketball. It's dope how they filter out the noise and the bull crap, and they put together all the different stuff and everything that matters. And
Yeah, I'm more into that
they
instead of
break it down.
saying like
Right.
nitpicking somebody's career. Like, I just don't like doing that really. I mean, if I'm comparing players, I do, but I'm gonna stop. We compare. It's kind of hard not to sound like it's like you said. When you said Mike averaged 40, when we talking about Dirk and KG, that's what
Yeah.
happened. They ain't hating.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
LeBron only averaged 18, Jordan averaged 40, so Barkley had to go up against the
Yes.
best player of all time, basically the '93 Jordan. Like
It happens. And watch this. As great and I don't want to say this lightly. As great as Kevin Johnson was, if you start naming off your favorite point guards, you're gonna name a lot before you get to him. So let's not act like well he had KJ. Like KJ is KJ in the top 50? Was he in the top 50? Was he in the top 75?
Nope. I just did a
So that
top
means
100. I got to make it over.
so
When I did
that
the top
means
100
so
list,
that
he
so
made
that
that
means
list.
that
He made
Charles
my top
Barkley,
25 point guard list.
yeah, think about it, top 25 point guard.
Yeah, that's just one position.
So that means Charles Barkley was in the finals without another top 75 teammate.
Yep. Yeah, I'm talking about Kevin Johnson is like, I mean, only because of injuries, but he like the 85 to 100 range for me. 85 to 95.
Yeah, and he was a good player, but let's not act like
22 and
let's not
2.
overdo it so that we can downplay Barkley. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what people do. They give a teammate more credit so they could downplay the star. Like, yo, but he had this guy. I'm like, stop doing it.
Yeah, they do that with LeBron and I mean, they do that with everybody. They say Jordan, they pump up like Pippen was great. Don't get me wrong, but they pump up Pippen, Gasol, and like
Right.
probably like Kyrie. I mean, he's a great scorer, but it's like
Well,
we know who's the best on the team. Like, come on, bro. Like,
they talk about teammates when they feel like it, right? I
it'd
got
be funny.
news for people.
They be mad at LeBron for passing to a guy that can shoot. Like, oh, I passed to Kyrie. Like, that's bad. That's a bad thing. It's like
That's stupid.
that's probably if you want to say LeBron ain't the best scorer ever, okay, but you can't say the man is not a great basketball player, bro. Like, he got the most points
Right.
all the time. But I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
I know
that's
context
goofy.
go with it, but I'm just saying, like,
I don't even like, and anybody who I don't feel like, if I feel like somebody is trash, I don't waste time even talking about
nope.
it. We not finna have no, like, you're not about to get me on here having a conversation about, and I don't want to name nobody,
Yeah,
but just a random
we know
guy.
they're not trash.
You
I
know
know
what
what you
I'm saying?
mean. We
Like,
don't mean literally trash, but compared to
right,
LeBron, Jordan, and
right.
Steph,
Like, what do we, so